What is up, Breaking Bad fans? Kino here, and we are back with another Breaking Bad log. Today we're looking at the 5th episode of Season 1, Gray Matter. Now, we opened the episode with Jesse applying for a sales job. With Walt refusing to continue cooking, Jesse needs another way to start making money. He tries to sell himself up as a salesperson. However, he's told that the job he's applying for is actually to stand outside in a costume and advertise the business. This is of course humiliating, and he leaves disappointed. However, the guy in the costume actually turns out to be his old friend Badger, and they go to the alleyway to get high. Badger says that if Jesse ever wants to start cooking again, he'll help him do it, and Jesse thinks this over. Meanwhile, Walt and Skyler head to the birthday party of his old friend Elliot Schwartz. Elliot and Walt went to grad school together and actually formed a company called Gray Matter. The name Gray Matter is actually a combination of their names, Schwartz meaning black and Walter White. Those two together equal gray. Walt eventually left Gray Matter for reasons we'll learn about later, which later on became a billion-dollar company. And of course, Walt is secretly disappointed that he missed out on all that money. Elliot also married Gretchen, Walter's former girlfriend we saw in the flashback in the 3rd episode. After the party, Elliot and Walt reminisce about their early days. We get another Sopranos coincidence with a mention of a members-only jacket. Elliot eventually asks Walt to come back and work with him at Gray Matter. When Walt politely declines, Elliot reveals that he knows about Walter's cancer from Skyler. He offers to pay for Walter's treatment flat out, saying that it's only right given Walt's contribution to the company. Walt declines though out of pride, as he doesn't want to accept charity from Elliot or anyone. Jesse and Badger meanwhile head out into the desert with the RV to cook some meth. And Jesse ends up cooking the meth using the method that he learned from Walter. This results in much higher quality methamphetamine than Jesse used to cook. However, he's unhappy as the final product is not as crystal clear like Walt's was. We can see that Jesse has already picked up some of Walter's perfectionism, and he ends up throwing out the meth, which enrages Badger. They get into a fight, and Jesse ends up kicking him out of the RV. He then drives away, leaving Badger stuck in the desert, which, to be honest, is kind of a dick move. Back at home, Skyler organizes a family meeting to convince Walt to accept the treatment. They each take turns in a circle, giving their feelings while holding on to the talking pillow. This is one of my favorite scenes in the first season, with a lot of great emotional acting from the entire cast. They all agree that Walt should get treated, except for Marie, who says that Walt should do what he wants. Skyler is furious about this, and a fight breaks out between the whole family until Walter steps in. He takes the talking pillow, and he tells the reasons why he doesn't want to get treatment. He cites the fact that he doesn't want to live his final moments in pain and to be a burden to his family. He also says that he felt like he never made his own decisions in life, and now at the end, he wants to actually have a say in what happens to him. This of course has a meaning beyond just the treatment. Walt's transformation into a powerful drug lord is spurred on by his desire to be in control of his surroundings, rather than a victim to it. And the cancer diagnosis is of course the catalyst to this entire change. Though Walt refuses to get treatment, the next morning after waking up and being reminded about his family, he decides to go through with the treatment after all. He and his family then go to the clinic, with Skyler expecting Elliot to pay for everything. However, later, Walt receives a call from Gretchen. She again urges Walt to take their money, saying how much Elliot and she both care about him. We can also see that she's crying during the call, again showing that she really does care about Walter, despite everything that happened between them. Walt, however, again takes this as an insult to his pride and refuses. He tells her that insurance is paying, even though it's not covered by their insurance. After this, he goes to see Jesse at his house, and as the episode ends, he asks if Jesse wants to start cooking again. In interviews, Vince Gilligan has said that this is a pivotal moment for the show. Before this, the plan for the show was that Walter would constantly lose the money he made from drug dealing. This would force him to keep cooking and thus ensure that the show would have a reason to go on. However, this was a mechanical process rather than being a character-driven one. By having Elliot offer to pay for Walt's treatment, we've essentially removed Walt's motivation. So by having him refuse, we realize that it's not about money, no matter what Walter says. In reality, it's about pride and his desire to be recognized for his accomplishments, and that becomes the catalyst for Walt's character journey moving forward. And that is pretty much the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next Breaking Bad log coming soon. Helicopter, bitch! Tommy Smith, Abdallah Al-Amari, Russell, Sean, Heart of Markness, Broccoli, Logan, Clean, John Reyna, Jesse Sterling, Andrew Stewart, Ops Gracing Media, Daz J-Kit, Conan Higgins, Irish Nachos, Sam Cedarlin, Don Lucania, and Celery Man.